Last time on Create, we made this massive factory building and stuck a couple of cobblestone generators in it, as well as an iron farm. And boy, does this place need some decorations. Let's get started. Hey, I think that looks way better now with all that crazy stuff all over it. I didn't want to go overwhelming like I did with some of these places, and I think I really like the style here where it's industrial, but it's still like a little weird. I especially love these up at the top. I'm not entirely sure about the redstone thing up on top, but I like the way that it looks with the light, essentially. And, you know, it's trying to call in some signals, but who knows what those signals might be. And while I was building that, this idiot spawned on the roof. What do we got? Oh, Rosa. Hello, Rosa. Garbage. It's all garbage. But yeah, we've got this nice, beautiful little area here. We got the moss overgrowing in a couple places. I put some more cypress trees in. I think it looks really, really great with these cypress trees. And Cypress Lane just got so much better. So much better. Oh, God, this place is just so serene. I love it so much. Now, before we get started on today's episode, I would like to request that you go ahead and throw down questions in the comments, because next episode we're going to be tidying up this island a little bit more, and I want to do a nice Q&A episode for that one. So go ahead and put your questions, any questions you want from me, down in the comments. Just make sure to make them appropriate, please, and I'll go ahead and get them answered next episode. And look at this, our roof has fully oxidized, and it looks way better with this color than it did as the full copper color. But I also wanted to have like a nice little view from this side as well, and the flowers and this gigantic bush really pull that together. Now, a lot of this moss stuff and whatnot, I'm probably going to go ahead and do that next episode while we're doing the Q&A stuff and just figuring out everything that needs to happen, because this place looks really nice, but I feel like it would look better, especially this place over here, if it had that moss texturing all over the place. So we'll probably extend this type of texturing stuff over throughout most of the island, if not all of it. But enough about that. Let's go ahead inside the building and get done what we want to get done today. And before we do, I want to check in. We got a decent amount of iron here. That's not a ton, but that's a decent amount. Now, before we start processing some more things, I think what we're going to try and do today is maybe get some tuff going, which means we're going to need some quartz and some other stuff. We're going to need some soul sand, etc. But before we do that, I want to just tidy this up a little bit. And the way we're going to do this is by sticking some nailed dark oak in and then running this along the bottom here. Now, that's going to kind of cover up this section, but that's okay. I'm not too worried about that, to be honest. And by this section, I mean the shafts that are running across the top here, which I think the shafts are nice. They give us kind of like a little bit of decoration, but this will be fine. And then I think to top it all off, I think something like that will look really nice on each one of these bays here. It'll make this a little less jarring. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. We got some nice lights in as well. We got these arches. I really like those a lot. And I got these cross beams here, and that's because we're probably going to put another floor up here eventually. Not right now, obviously, because I want to get some other stuff done here first. But gosh, we're probably going to have to start farming some nether wart up here, which we might want to do sooner rather than later, because I don't think I have a lot of it, if any at all, to be perfectly honest, because I want to also get redstone out of this factory. But first, I think we're going to come right over here, and we're going to do essentially the same setup, I think, with just one crushing wheel. So we might have it come over this way and crush, and we're going to crush down some more cobblestone. We're going to then crush down the gravel that comes out of it into sand, and then we are going to haunt the sand, have it come over here, we'll haunt it, and then we'll have it come over this way, and we're going to take that soul sand, and we're actually going to I don't think we need to store it. We might need to store it first, and then we'll wash some of it, and that will give us a little bit of gold, I think, and some quartz. And we need the quartz to make some diorite for some other stuff. And yes, we will want to store the soul sand if we get enough of it, just because we want to make scoria as well. Because if you crush a scoria, you can get some zinc. So we're not really going to need a lot of it, to be perfectly honest. So I might just take like That one I might do like a tunnel and just take a little bit off and store it so we can blast it, get some scoria to get some zinc. But first of all, we've got to make this little setup so we can get some sand. All right, let me walk you through what I got going on here. It's kind of a lot, so bear with me. We've got 2 crushing wheels that are going to be going here. I've got, I gotta make some more. No, we're good. Okay, crushing wheel here and also here and here, and this is going to take cobble, crush into gravel, crush into sand, and then it's going to go onto this belt here. Now this belt is going to have 1, 2, 3 sets of soul campfires, which is going to haunt the sand, and then go into this belt, which is going to have a brass tunnel on this block right here. Brass tunnel is going to split some over here. It's also going to split some over this way. Now, when it splits over here, the soul sand that is getting haunted, remember, right there, is going to get washed on this belt, and then go in here as, I think, quartz and a little bit of gold. And then the other soul sand, which will only have a little bit, is going to come over here and get blasted, which will become scoria. And then I think I'm going to have another tunnel here that says don't let soul sand in, which is why I have this gap. And then more crushing wheels, scoria gets crushed down into zinc, comes along this belt and goes in here. I think that's it. Let me get all the belts and the crushing wheels on, and we'll see what it looks like after that. And of course, I only have 1 tunnel. Nice. And oh my gosh, there it is. All of its glory. Oh, this is incredible. This looks really cool. Anyways, I've got this disconnected, the cobblestone disconnected, because I just want to make sure all of this is going in the correct direction still. Whoops, let me just go ahead and take that off of there. And ow, 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 I'm being crushed. Okay. So this is good. These are going in here, getting crushed. This belt is going into there. These 2 belts are going the right way. These crushing wheels are going the right way. So the only other thing that we have to connect are these encased chain drives here. And I think we're going to kind of cheat and do the exact same thing that we did over on the iron farm, where we're just going to do a little bit of this. And we need to make sure that these are going in the correct direction, which I'm going to promise you they're not going to do on the first try. All right, am I a liar? I am not. See, I told you. I told you that was going to happen. So these are now haunting. Perfect. And that leads me to believe that this is probably going to have 2 gearboxes on it as well. But at the same time, I thought that last time. And let's see here. Yep. And every time. Get it wrong the first time, every time. All right, so that is now washing. And I think the best way for me to do this one is just connect it to that. And let's see, it looks like that's going the incorrect way as well. Every time. Wrong the first time, every time. Okay, cool. So that's now smelting, which is super great. So I should be able to, I just gotta shut this off real quick. I should now be able to attach this brass funnel and set the filter to cobblestone. And we are going to have this take out exactly a half a stack every single time it pulls cobblestone out. And when I flick this lever, it should be good to go. Oh, the only other thing, oh, geez, I'm glad that I thought about this before I hit the lever. So that is set correctly. These here, this needs to be set correctly. So let's do round robin. And actually, I wonder if I set this with a filter, is it then going to only take a certain amount? Will it give me that option? I wonder. All right, well, I got these in here, and I totally forgot it's going to give us flint and clay balls. So I'm just going to, for right now, I'm going to take these right here. Boom, boom. And essentially what I'm going to do at this point is I'm going to put a smart chute under here and only allow the flint and the clay balls. And then we'll just connect those directly up to the system. But before I do that, we should be getting, yes, we got some quartz over here. Great. We got some zinc. Awesome. And the gold should go just right into here. Perfect. This is exactly what we were looking for. Yeah, I went ahead and put that in right here, and now it is grabbing everything before it gets onto the haunting area, which is perfect. And we head over here, we see that we've got our clay balls coming in. We've got our clay as well, which is super wonderful. And we have our zinc coming in as well. Now, the quartz is what I'm actually going to put the threshold switch on, because I don't really care much for the zinc. So I'm going to have to make another of these threshold switches, and I'll put it on the back of this quartz, and we'll have the entire system shut off when we have enough quartz, because like I said, zinc I'm not 100% worried about. I could do without zinc, to be honest. I don't really ever use it. And of course, before we move on to the next farm, we need to go ahead and make sure we make this area look all nice and pretty. So I know eventually we're going to need some potions, so now that that is done, I want to go see how much nether wart that we have, because I gotta be honest, I really don't think it's a lot, and if we need to start farming it, we should probably start farming it now. And warts. Ew. Uh-oh. Yeah, just like I thought. We don't We don't really have a lot. I think, let's see, this is an 8x8, and I think there's a 9 wide in the factory. I think 64 should be fine. Let's grab 2 stacks. I don't know how much of this we're actually gonna need, because I think we only need like 2 potions, because we need a potion of healing, I think, to make netherrack, and then we gotta grind that down, and then put it like squirt like a potion of strength or something on it. I might be wrong. That way we can get some redstone. Yeah, so potion of strength onto some cinder flour, which we get from netherrack, which we get from potion of healing onto cobblestone. So we're also going to need melons and pumpkins, or just melons, excuse me. So I should start farming those up there too. And we're gonna need glycerine melons, so we're gonna need this. Uh-oh. All right, let me go get some melon seeds as well, and we'll just, you know what, we'll just start farming both of them. That's gonna be a problem. That's gonna be a big problem. Melons. I think there's some jungles this way? Yes, there's jungles right over there. Let me go see if I can find some more melons, because 1 seed is not gonna get us very far. Yo, anteaters! That's super cool! Huh, I have yet to see these guys. They look really neat, too. Wow, can't do anything with them. I kind of don't want to kill it, because they're super neat. But I also kind of want to see if it drops anything. So let's kill this one. Oh, a toucan? Screw that. You're coming home with me. Come here. Mine. I don't see a way to tame these guys, but your name is Sam now. Ah! Oh my god, that's the coolest thing ever! Oh, that's the dopest Easter egg! Yo! That's so cool! For those of you that don't know, I think Toucan Sam is the root stripe gum mascot. Oh my god, that's so cool. I'm so excited. That made my whole day. Oh, it's raining. I've always liked the way that the framed ones look when they're not filled in, because it just kind of like the roof that we did over here. It just looks like dilapidated and like it wasn't finished yet. Anyways, we're going for an oak floor here. I'm not 100% done yet, as you can see. I'm just gonna go ahead and put a whole bunch of these, what are they, brick, not spruce, oak, the brick bonded oak in, and I think that they are just one of the perfect floorboards. If, you know, only the only one that really contends with it is the spruce bonded spruce bond bricks. The floors for the goodness gracious, brick bond spruce planks and brick bond oak planks are probably my favorite floor tile. Anyways, my gosh, I can't friggin' speak. I think this is turning out pretty well for a nice little loft, and I kept that end open because that is going to probably be where our stairs go. And if they don't go over there, that's okay. I'll go ahead and fix it here soon. All right, that looks pretty good. Obviously, we're going to need some lights up here, no worries. And like I said, I didn't put this here because we need stairs somewhere. And from down here, it looks a little dark. I'm going to have to put some sort of structure like this in where it looks like it's holding this up a little bit better. I don't know if I'm going to do exactly this. We might have a little bit of a hole through the support section area here. I'm not really sure yet. I gotta figure that out. And then we'll have to put lights up there. But for right now, I really want to get these farms in for the nether wart as well as the melons, so that way we can get started on our next farming project downstairs. And I think something like this is gonna do us just fine. So I've got 2 more rows of soul sand that I'm gonna put here and also here. This is all we've got for nether wart right now, so I'm not too worried about this. Anyways, I should just be able to grab this here cart assembler and pick up this whole thing. I got the whole thing glued together. And then down under here, there is another portable storage interface that will link up to the storage stuff. And the only other things that I think I need to do is just power this guy somehow. I might have to bring him out one and maybe put like a lever here or something like that, or just put like a block of redstone on the floor. Although, yeah, we don't have enough redstone for that. And then I just need to put a clock that's gonna go right here. And I think I might just need some sort of like create repeater or something like that that's just gonna like turn this on and off. I don't know. I gotta think about all that stuff. But this should be really all that we need for the soul sand, and I'm just gonna emulate the melons on this side as well. I'm gonna have 2 rows of melons, one on top of the other. And the nice thing about this is I can, if we feel like we need more, I can expand, right? I can do another row just right here. And I think that might be it, right? So if we do soul sand, harvesters, soul sand. Yeah, I don't have enough room for the harvester. So I could get 1 more layer if I wanted to, but I think I'm good with the 2 for right now. especially with the melons as well. I think that should be more than enough. We'll probably get an overflow on melons. And yeah, I think we're good to get these in, get this in, and fire this bad boy up and see if it's actually gonna work. Now I've got this little setup here, which is very similar to what we're using over in the barn. And essentially I've got this here doodad that is connected to this comparator, and then this is almost full of stone swords, which is giving out a signal strength of 14. And once it reaches about noon, because as you can see I'm up here, this should give us a signal strength of 15. And now I believe once it does, hey, there we go, we should see this now powered. Heck yeah, very cool, because this is power 14, so that should be giving off a power of 1. Let's go check it out. Yes, this is now giving off a power of 1 because it is in subtract mode, and this is giving off power 14. And upstairs, because it's so bright outside, it's giving a power of 15. So I should just be able to plop down our contraption here, and it should make it all the way down to the other end and harvest whatever needs harvesting. And that should be it. Hopefully it's grabbing these guys. It looks like it did harvest these guys on the end, which is super great. And that should be it. Something I am concerned about is it doesn't seem to be connecting with the portable storage interface. Oh, it is. It just doesn't have anywhere to go yet. All right, that's good. That's very good. Everything is working as intended. Now, it's a bit unfortunate that this thing is just going to go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth while it is at max power 15. Then there is something that I can do about that where I just back this up a little bit, and I can put a pulse extender on here and essentially just, I think I'll be able to just shut this off or something like that. But you know what? It's working. I'm not worried about it. And as far as I'm aware, once I connect this chute, everything that is connected here, so that 16 nether wart should go straight into the system, and it looks like it did. It looks a little gross, but just don't look back there and it'll look fine. And look at that. All of our nether warts sitting right here in that drawer. I'm just going to take it and I'm going to go plant all of it. And we should have a massive, fully functioning farm in just a little while. And here's the fruits of our labors. And fruits, I mean melons as well. We've got our nether wart coming in steadily. That's absolutely fantastic. And we got some melons coming in too. And look at this. I actually put a little bit of a stairwell here, so we can go ahead right up here. And look at that. We have a melon farm running as well. And I think it's either just about to start running or it literally just stopped running. I think it's the latter because there's not a lot of melons here and they're starting to grow. This thing is crazy fast. It's way faster than I thought it was going to be. But yeah, we got the same sort of thing. I'm pulling the same signal. I just changed it to melons and nether warts here. We got our stone swords here in the pile. And we have this into subtract mode, so that way, once it hits around noon, this thing starts running and doing its thing, and it's just using some drills. And as far as the rest of the space up here, I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do. One of the things that I am going to do, you see I have a bucket of honey in the pocket here, because we can actually place down honey, look at this, and it'll start to spread. And the reason that we have honey is if you mix honey with lava, you get limestone, which I believe is like a secret recipe on Perfect World Modpack #1. And I don't know if I want to put it up there. Oh, and I did these things in between here too. I think that was really nice, and it really just makes it look more structural and a little cathedral. Anyways, I don't know if I'm going to put that up there or if I'm going to put it right here. I haven't figured that out yet. And the thing we can do with limestone is once we crush it, it will give us a little bit of sand and also copper. And obviously that means I'm going to need another compacting drawer. But enough yapping about that. Why don't we just get started with making that? And I'm hoping something as simple as this will work. Now, don't worry, this looks way more convoluted than it needs to be. So this area here that's missing is going to be a clutch, which is going to power this area over here. I've just removed it for right now so I can turn the thing on and off when I need to. So we're stealing power from here. We've got a clutch that will be the system shut off for this farm here. We're going to have lava on top of these drills, and the honey bucket is going to go right there. I'm hoping that when I put the honey bucket there, it'll reach all of these, and the lava will spill over on top and make limestone. I'm hoping that's what's going to happen. This backpack has a magnet upgrade. I'm going to just put a chute underneath it, and then we have the same crushing things that we normally do, where the crushing wheels are just going to go straight into this mamma jamma right there. And I think an andesite funnel should be just fine. Now, the only other thing that I have to do is kind of just finish like wiring up everything, and we should be good to go from there. And here's our honey, and like I said, that should flow over everywhere. It looks like it will. Perfect. And it looks like I am fresh out of lava buckets. Don't look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and hopefully we should get limestone? Looks like we are. Perfect. Now, if I remove this, it should break the limestone, and then I'll put this clutch here. And that should get everything running. And it looks like it is. We gotta just check over here. We should be getting sand as well as copper, but the sand is like super minimal. It doesn't come in a lot. And there it is. Perfect. All right, sand and copper from that little tiny farm. We got 5 copper nuggets already. This is going to be one of those farms that takes a very long time because we're only making 5 pieces of limestone. I could double up on this too, to be perfectly honest, and just have, I think, another row of drills here and then honey here. So it would spill over, but then I would not be able to have this here. I could just bring it up more, but that's okay. Which we might have to eventually if this seems like it's taking too long to actually make an impact. That might need to happen. We've got 26 nuggets already, so who knows. And the other thing we're gonna have to watch is this, because it looks like it's filling up already, so I might need to throw, I don't know if there's a void upgrade that I can put on backpacks or any of that sort of stuff, but I might need to actually make this backpack a little bit bigger. And I think for right now, I'm actually going to throw in a smart chute so that way we can get all of the stuff out all at once. Well, the smart chute seems to be exactly what we needed because this thing fills up with 40 pieces of limestone, and then these things are done crushing the 40 pieces of limestone. Ooh, that's got 45 in it. Look at that. But yeah, it's usually around 40 pieces by the time that this is done, so this is going to back up just a little bit longer. There we go. That's already emptied. Yep. So it looks like 40 limestone is about as far as it gets before it has to dump again. But I've been letting that run for just a little bit, and we have 200 pieces of sand and just already a ton of copper. Super fantastic. And as you can see, I moved the switches over to this side. We have a little bit more room on this wall here. So we've got our cobblestone iron farm, we've got the soul sand and the zinc, and then our copper farm right here, which is that limestone. And we can just go ahead and toggle every single one of them on and off when we need to. But as you can see, we have another farm here, and I think the next one that I want to do was not something that I planned on doing today, and that is going to be red sand. And the reason for red sand is because we need a lot of gold. I'm always looking for gold in this world, and we only have this over here. And then this here is my only other gold reserve. And as you can see, we only have 140 ingots right now, so we're kind of hurting for gold. And a lot of things use gold as well, or gold sheets, so it'll be really nice to grab some and on the regular. And one of the best ways to do that is to actually use this right here. We can use clay, bake it into terracotta, and then crush that into red sand, and then I believe once we wash the red sand, it'll give us gold, and I think that bushes. And then we can also use the sand that we're getting from the limestone over here and wash that as well, and I'm pretty sure if you wash sand, yes, you have a quarter of a chance to get clay balls as well. So we can turn this into this as well. And that should be enough for a steady supply of gold ingots, I think. Actually, I think what we're going to do is we're going to shut this farm off for just a second. We're going to move this whole setup back 1 block. And we're going to put a brass tunnel right there with a couple of bits of shaft coming off the side. And then more shaft coming off this side. Boy, oh boy, I am running out of drawer controller slaves. You know, actually, to save on those, we could do this. Nope, this. And then this. Go ahead and throw belts on those and have this one be a brass one. We're going to set this filter to only allow sand out and set this one to only allow clay balls in. So now, anytime the limestone gets crushed and sand comes out of it, sand will come over here. We'll go ahead and put some mangrove roots on top like we do. And we should be able to have this wash down into clay balls for us instead of storing the sand. I've misplaced my mangrove roots. And you know, I just thought about something recently. I think I could put these here and it'll still work. Oh, you know what? That's not going to work. Because then I have to put one up here because of the funnel. Yeah, all right, fine. I'll put them up here. Means we don't need the shaft, but I kind of like them because it makes it look like they are holding the roots up. Fans across the top, encased chain drive, and I think we'll power it from over here. Grab our water from our secret water grabber, and as far as I'm aware, that really should be it. Oh, the lever's over here. Let's see what happens. Oh yeah. Okay, that's pulling the correct way. And there we go. All right, little jiggery pokery, and we are good to go. Make it look all nice. And that's working a treat. And I think for now, for the back log, I think what I'll do is just pull some of this over here, and we'll go ahead and just throw, can I get in the hole, please? Thank you. We're just gonna throw that there. The brass funnel that says only sand, please. And that should turn all of this into clay balls in a matter of seconds. You know, I'm starting to worry that that's not gonna be enough clay, so I think that we're going... Ugh, this is such a stupid idea. I think that we're going to push this out a little bit, and yeah, this is so dumb. So we're going to take cobblestone out of here. We're going to push it along here, and we are going to crush it here. Oof, I don't know if this is going to be spinning the correct way. Yeah, I was concerned about that. It's definitely not spinning the right way. All right, let's get rid of this. Not a huge deal, it just needs to come one more block out. All right, little system like that should be fine. We got a little shut-off switch for it as well, so we can turn it on and off when we need to. Got to put a brass funnel on there, and we are going to have cobblestone come out of it. And I think for this farm, 16 should probably be enough. And before I turn it back on, I need to go make some more crushing wheels because I am fresh out. Smart chute has been acquired, and it is right under here because everything seemed to still be going on the belt. I did have it under there, but everything like stops here before it can go on to this empty belt. It needs to make, I don't know, that's weird. Anyways, I'll just have to keep an eye on this to make sure that everything just gets sucked down the chute that is supposed to. Between the gravel and all of that, we should have a nice steady supply of clay balls coming in now, which is super fantastic, and I think I have an upgrade on this. I do, which is super great. And the only thing left to do is to put another threshold switch. Now this should shut that entire... Oh no, it doesn't because I didn't set it up. Okay, that should shut this off now. We flick the lever and bam, the whole thing is shut off. Absolutely fantastic. So I'll go ahead and put a threshold switch on the back of this and have it connected with one of these redstone links, and we should be golden. Now what that'll allow us to do is just take all of those clay blocks out over here and convert them into red sand, which is going to be fantastic, and we'll get a whole bunch of gold. This is going to be awesome. And I got a little carried away and I built the whole thing off camera, sorry. So essentially what we got going on is a drawer controller slave, and this is going to be pulling out some clay. Don't worry, I threw that there. And then we've got some fans that are going to be blowing onto here, baking that clay into terracotta. It's going to hit a little buffer, come out this side, and get grounded up into red sand. Red sand's going to come on here, and then this is going to wash it, and we should get gold and dead bushes that come out this side and come on over here. Now the last thing to do is pop this off, put this here, clay on the bottom, gold on top, and that should be it. Little piece of red sand, and something went in that chute. It was going a little too fast, though. I couldn't see it, though. Oh, these are only coming out one at a time. I thought these were gonna send them out 16 at a time. Brass funnels don't do that, huh? All right, well, that's okay then. Let's do this, and we'll have them out 16. There we go. Well, don't get stuck. Cheapers. All right, it looks like we're going to have an issue here as well, so we'll just do that, and we'll let them... Oh, that's coming in, and we'll just let them pour out as they come in. Not a big deal. But this is working a treat. I don't think that we'll have to put a threshold switch on the gold, because we're going to get so little of it that we'll never run out. We're going to run out of the terracotta, the clay, excuse me, before we run out of this. For sure. Dead bushes, I think the only thing I'm going to put on there is a void upgrade. I don't think we need more than 2,048 dead bushes. Now I had this crazy idea because you can use Tuff to actually get 4 different minerals. You can get copper, iron, gold, and zinc out of Tuff. So what we're doing right now is we're tearing down the lava output from the Andesite farm, okay? Because I haven't used this, I don't need it. I'm gonna get rid of it. We'll keep it in the floor just in case. What I'm gonna do instead is I'm gonna wire up, oh gosh, I forgot there was a hole in the floor. What I'm gonna do instead is I'm gonna wire up something where this is actually going to output over here, and it's going to drop down into the train as the train goes by. I need to figure out how that's going to work. We might have to move this like out a block or something like that. Not entirely sure yet because I don't really want this to move. Well, it ain't pretty, but it works. So we got a fan that's blowing up, and it's blowing up onto this belt here. We just have an item drain that's moving the items over from the andesite box. And I just had to move this over 1 block, and we are currently making some more andesite casing, so I can put something nice at the end of this here. But I need to set up another, there it is, train station. Now, it doesn't, so there's a train station here. I just need to make sure that it's going to the right spot. All right, little monkey bro, you stay right here for just a second. I'm gonna take your train schedule and see where this bad boy is going. It's been a minute since I've driven a train. Okay. Okay, so that is picking up stuff. So that is lava pickup. Okay, so there's experience drop off. This one here. And the next one is lava pickup, which is how we pick up items. Okay, cool. So now what I need is a place to drop all of this off. Oh gosh, sorry about the camera angles. My goodness. So I'm thinking here, I think somewhere around here. Go ahead over here and figure this out. Now, I believe in this somewhere is... Yes, so there is a item thingy right there. Is it right there? Looks like it. Okay, so there's an item, portable item interface here. Remember that block. So if we built a train platform like we said we were going to, then we should be able to pick that up from there. So if I put this here, it connects. Awesome. Great. So essentially what that means is I can then grab the same thing as before, 2 item drains. And then I'll probably just have like a vault outside that's holding all of this stuff, and it'll just be connected to a storage drawer, which will bring it right in here. Now, I wonder, is it going to be too far back if I put it here? Yes. Okay, so the closest that we can get, or excuse me, the farthest that we can get is to right there. And I also, ooh, I need another train. I need another train station. Hey, I've got a couple of them. Awesome stuff. Andesite drop off. All right, let's see if that's in the right spot. It looks like it is. Perfect. So we just got to add that to the list, as well as the other station, which I need to rename. And with a drawer controller slave and a chute right here, we should now have all of this andesite being unloaded off of the train. And we'll probably have to change that out for a smart chute, and that should all be going in here. Perfect. Which means that we should be able to go ahead and make a Tuff Farm. Awesome. And I'm pretty sure I got this train schedule set. Whoa. All right. Let's put you back in here, and we'll give you your train schedule, and you should be heading over to, I believe, the barn. Yeah, the barn. You should be going over to the barn. So the only thing I did is I added the pickup for 10 seconds and then drop off here for 10 seconds. And while we're waiting for the train to do its thing, I think it's time that we did a little decoration out here and finish the train station stuff, I guess. First of all, this has got to go. All right, I might have gone a little overboard, but I got to be honest, it hides it pretty well. I kind of like using the ores as decoration too. I think it looks pretty cool. Yeah, it is hidden behind here, and you can still see it, obviously, but I think it's hidden pretty darn well back there. And we even have a little walkway that goes down here too. So there is a way. Although this walkway is a little dangerous, you can get all the way over to everywhere just by using your own 2 feet. And while we've been building that, our little train driver has been dropping off andesite for us. Heck yeah, that looks absolutely incredible. I have an issue though, because I don't have a way to stop it from picking up andesite. So that's going to become a problem. You know, something I could test, I've always wanted to know how far these things reach, is I could turn this on over here and give it, I don't know, dandelion, and see if it'll reach all the way over at the andesite farm. I don't think it will, but hey, it's worth a shot. Yo! That... Okay. Okay, awesome. That's incredible. So we're going to change this to red is andesite, blue is tough, because it just makes more sense. We're using this andesite for our Tuff Farm. And, oof, we're going to need another redstone or threshold thingy. What is this? What? Threshold switch. Oh my gosh, people, I can't freaking think with my brain parts. Anyways, andesite, tough. And I guess I should have tested it over here just to see if that was the place limit. I guess I can still, because if I put this here, yeah, we can go test that and see if it works. And it certainly does. Look at that. Wow, these things have such a reach on them. This is incredible. Now, tough is going to be difficult mainly just because of the space that we're going to need for it. And I think the way we're going to handle this is we're going to have a couple of mechanical arms that are grabbing off of this depot here. Ooh, actually, to save space, we can put these arms right up against here and have the depots come out the side. And we're going to set these depots to only pull out cobblestone. And what these are going to do is the mechanical arms are going to grab the cobblestone from here, and they're going to place them in mechanical crafters that are right in front of us. And we're also going to have to actually grab some diorite that we're creating. So, yeah, I guess we'll have to have the 2 more depots right here with 2 more of these. We'll have those set to diorite and rose quartz. I always need more rose quartz. Just reminded myself of the diorite recipe here. All right, so we've got cobble quartz, and we'll do the same thing over here. And this is going to make us diorite. You know what? I spun the whole thing around. I spun the whole thing around. I got a lot more room now. This is working out great. The only thing that we have to do here is connect this. and then we should start making all of the things, I hope. So I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it, see what happens. Boom, boom, bam. Yeah, we got some diorite in there now. Heck yeah. And I got this set up to exactly 16 diorite, so once 16 of it gets through, it'll come over here. And now the only thing left to do is we need to go ahead and get this to come over this way, and we're gonna have to go ahead and crush it. And I think we might put the crushing wheels here. Unfortunately, that means it's gonna hit the drawer controller slave, but what can you do? You know what? We can move it up one. That's totally fine. Actually, now I'm starting to wonder if we just move it over this way and then have this come over here, we can just go ahead and, ooh, I don't know if that's going to go the correct direction. I doubt it will, but we can find out. Let's find out. Actually, I think that's right. I think that's working. That's, wow. That never happens. Now, the only unfortunate bit is I think we're just going to have the power come out this way, which really sucks, but what can you do? Oh, no, that was a little premature. Uh-oh. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and get our crushing wheels in. That way we can start crushing some of this stuff, and I'll just put all of this into a barrel for right now. That way I can just gather all of it, because, oh my goodness, I picked all of that up. There we go. And now we should start getting Tuff Crush. There we go. All right, I saw a couple go through. Fantastic stuff. Wow, we are farming so much right now. This is absolutely incredible, and there's really only two other things that I want to farm, and one of them is going to be a lot. It's going to be a long process, and I think half of it's going to be upstairs, and the remaining is going to be down here, and that is going to be redstone. And the half that we're going to have upstairs is going to be, I think we're going to do all the potion stuff up here. We're going to make it and store it just right up here. I think that's what we're going to do. And then we'll pipe all of that potion downstairs, and we'll probably like squirt the stuff on the cobblestone, and then crush the cobblestone or the netherrack that it'll make, and then with the cinder flower we'll squirt the other stuff on there, and that should make us redstone. We'll do all of that down here, and then we only have one other thing to farm, and the other thing that we need to farm is going to use trees. Yep, we're going to be turning logs into charcoal, into coal, and then taking that coal with some lava and turning it into diamonds. That's right, in this mod pack you can actually farm diamonds, and I'm surprised that I haven't done it yet, to be honest. But with this place being so close to our tree farm, we should be able to easily just, you know, grab some trees, some logs from over here. I'm not entirely sure which ones that I want to use, to be honest. Golly, probably just the jungle and the spruce, and I don't know if we'll be able to snake a drawer system under here that connects with this drawer system, or how that's going to work. Unfortunately, we can't use the train, because the train picks up logs here, and then it drives directly to the house and drops them off. I could put something on the house that says, hey, don't drop off any more of these types of log, but I don't want to do that. And actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I could probably just do this, put that there. Oh, that's a spruce. Oh, I thought they were all oak drawers. Uh-oh. Or spruce drawers. Well, now I gotta make an oak one. There we go. That feels much better. And we can go ahead and put that on there. And I think, whoops, I'm gonna grab the void upgrade out of this one as well and put it on there. And we'll have this set to spruce logs, quantify, and lock it. And then we can just pick this up. Oh wait, it's a drawer. I can just chop it with an axe. We can pick this up, and we're just gonna directly connected to our storage system here. While that is filling up, this guy here can just be available on this system. Perfect. Well, if we're gonna be making potions, we need some water and some lava to get upstairs as well, and I think what we're gonna do is just run it across the ceiling like this and bring it upstairs where we need it. And it looks like we might have to snake the lava pipe right about here, I think, because right on here we're going to be putting a basin. Then we'll have water going into the back of it, a couple of item drains on the side, a couple of brass funnels, and then here is where we're going to need a smart fluid pipe. And essentially what this is going to say is, hey, only allow out, whoop, that's not what I want. Only allow out one type of fluid. Actually, I think we're gonna bring this over to this side over here. So in here, it's going to, look at me screwing this up already. We need a blaze burner here, not a, not a pipe all the way up to the top there. So this should allow us to go, hey, only allow out awkward potions, right? So we're going to have water coming in on this side over here. We're going to have another wart coming in from here. It's going to go into this basin. And then we're going to have a mixer on top. I'll get that eventually. And then we'll have this set to awkward potions. So it should only ever pump out awkward potions. And I think if I set this filter to awkward potions as well, it will only ever make that. And I think what I'm going to do is just have a tank here that's going to hold the awkward potion. I think that'll be fine, and then we can use that for the other 2 potions that we're going to make down the line here. So this one is going to be a little difficult, mainly because of the oak trim here, but I think if I just go ahead and break that, we should be able to put a pump here, and it is going the right way, and it looks like water is going almost all the way down, if not all the way down, and then over here we only have this one section that we need to connect. I just want to make sure that water is getting in where it's supposed to, and it absolutely is, and we have our nether wart in there as well, so now we just got to pump the lava over, and I think it's just connecting this little cog, bam, and that should send all of our lava up. Look at that, I can see it in the floor already, and that should have started our blaze burner. It certainly has. Now, it kind of sucks because the blaze burner is just going to constantly run, but at the same time, I don't care. We have an infinite lava source. It's not really that big a deal. So the only other thing that I have to do is route power over here, and that's gonna be difficult because I think this pipe is directly in our way. So maybe we'll get power from this side instead. Yeah, we're gonna have to get power from this side instead, and also remember that we're gonna have to continue this drawer trim. Actually, it should stop here because I don't think there's anything else that we're going to be needing down here for the drawer trim. So we should just be able to grab some power from right here. Well, I think once I turn this thing into a vertical gearbox, we should be getting some awkward potions. Heck yeah, we certainly are. Wow, that was quick. And I have a feeling that I'm going to have to squirt this into a bottle, but I wanna see if I can just take an awkward potion out of here. I certainly can. Okay, great. That's perfect. So we can put awkward potions here and awkward potions here, so it should now almost it should always make awkward potions, but we'll see. And once I connect this will start to fill up with awkward potion. And it's interesting that it doesn't just keep running and it keeps going up and down and up and down, but guess what? I'm not too worried about it. It's making awkward potion. Perfect. Next on our list is to essentially make this exact same setup. We're going to put this probably over here because this thing is in the way, and we need to pipe some more lava over, and we are going to pipe in the awkward potion into a basin over here, and that's going to make us, oh, and glycering melon, so we need to make glycering melon too. So ooh, and we need blaze powder. I forgot about blaze powder. I believe we need potions of healing, which is the glycering melon, to make netherrack, and then the blaze powder in order to make potions of strength, which is going to make redstone. So what we'll do is we'll just take these blaze rods over there. I'll put another drawer in here for the blaze rods, and we can just make blaze powder out of those, probably using a mechanical crafter, and then we'll just use those to make our potions of strength. So for our potion of healing, we're gonna need 2 depots on the sides here. Brass funnels going into each side. One of them is going to be melons, the other one is going to be nuggets, and we've got to spin these guys around. And nuggets, I am going to have, I think it's 8, right? And then the melons, I'm only gonna have 1 come out, and in that case, I'm gonna need more mechanical crafters. And of course, we're missing electron tubes, and we don't have enough redstone for any more of them. Ugh. I swear, these things are the worst thing in Create to make. They're the absolute worst. I hate them. Oh, I just used all of the redstone for that on accident. Oh, that was so stupid. I hate these things. I'll be here for the next 20 years if you guys need me. So I need to think about this a little bit, which is really hard for me, I know, but essentially what I need to do is I need to have this vault fill with the glycering melons. And the problem is, once the vault gets to like a certain amount, I might actually put 2 vaults down. Once it gets to a certain amount, I want these to, the mechanical crafters to shut off. So I need to make sure that I put some sort of clutch in for the mechanical crafters. So we're gonna have arms, funnels, and I think the crafters are gonna go here, and these are backwards. And as far as I'm aware, I can shut these. Oh, nope, I want that one on. I can shut these off and essentially only have 2 of these funnels in here. We can have 1 that goes here for the melon and 1 that goes here for the gold nuggets. Set that one to melons, set this one to nuggets. And then we're just gonna have 2 brass arms, or mechanical arms, or whatever the heck they're called. I don't freaking know. And actually, I think we're only gonna have one. We're just gonna have one here. They're gonna pick up the gold and the melon, and they're gonna drop off in the gold and the melon. Bam. And that should be everything that we need in order to make these guys. Now, these are gonna have to... I gotta raise the whole thing up one so I can put a depot here. Hang on with me. Bear with me. And just thinking about the logistics of where this is all gonna go once it's done, I think we're gonna have this thing spout out over here just so we have enough room for not only the pipe of lava coming underneath the ground, but also the pipe that's gonna come over here and feed this. And we can just put a tank of this stuff right over here. So we need a basin on there. We need a brass funnel here and here. And I'm gonna go ahead and make sure this is glistering melon once we get some, and I'll spin it around. I can just spin it around now, actually. I don't need it to... I don't need a filter at all. And we'll go ahead and grab a smart pipe, and I was smart about this, and I actually had some health potions sitting over in the house, and we can go ahead and just put those in right there. Perfect. And then we just need a pump, a bit of scaffolding, and then some fluid tanks, which I think, yeah, 128,000 should be totally fine. And besides routing all the pipe and stuff over, oh, I need a mixer too. Besides all of that, I think, pretty sure this is it. This is the whole setup. So we've got our melons in gold. We've got an arm that's feeding it into the mechanical crafter. Crafter is going to make glistering melon, drop it in here. That is going to roll across and go in here. We're going to pipe some aqua potion in. We're going to pipe some lava into the bottom here. And then once we get our mixer in, this is going to pipe all that healing potion in here, and we can just send that directly downstairs. Awesome. That whole thing is done. Great. For the potion of strength, I think we're going to do essentially the same thing. I'm just switching over to this side over here for most of the setup. I just got to make sure that the basin lands somewhere over here, so that way we can just tag this mixer onto the other side and just have the basin, you know, right essentially across from this one. And in fact, I'm just gonna go ahead and do that. I'm gonna solidify that plan right now. That's where that's going. You know, I think I changed my mind. I think I'm gonna just do all of the redstone up here. So if I put a drawer controller in and then a couple of bits of shaft, actually I think I could just go down to essentially there, and we'll lengthen and shorten as needed. Anyways, we will put a brass tunnel in here. I'm sorry, brass funnel. We're gonna set that to cobblestone, and I don't know, eight at a time. Why not 8 at a time? We'll put a spout here so it turns into netherrack, crushing wheels here so it turns into cinder flour, I think. Another spout here, so that'll turn it into redstone. And then I think that's it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's it. You know what? I am gonna back this up one though. I just feel like it needs a little more space before it hits here. And I need more pipes. Uh-oh. You know, I haven't checked on resources in a while. Yeah, I mean, we're doing pretty darn well, I gotta be honest. And I think something a little bit like this should do just fine. We got the pipes going across the ceiling. They're being held up by brackets, and they are going down here. We got a potion of healing and then a potion of strength. We got the cobblestone coming out 8 at a time. And moment of truth here is this gonna be going the correct way? It is. Oh my gosh, it totally is. Wow. Okay, so then... Oh, there's nowhere for redstone to go. Okay, compacting drawer. Bam. Redstone. Yeah! Heck yeah. Very cool. All right, let me just go ahead and grab an emerald upgrade right now for this thing before I forget. Bam. Perfect. I am actually gonna move it there. I'm gonna move this here, and I'm gonna move this over here, and that shouldn't break everything. Me moving all that sort of stuff. And I need to go ahead and make another threshold switch, and this threshold switch is gonna be redstone. And the plan for this is it is going to shut off the entire redstone making system. So redstone, and bam, that should turn that on. Perfect. And if I go ahead and flick this off, that should activate the clutch, and this entire system shuts off. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Oh man, that's so wonderful. Go ahead and turn that back on, and my frames can just completely go away. But this is great. This is absolutely perfect. We're now getting redstone. I can't believe it. I don't think I ever have to trade with the villagers again. And I don't know if you realize just how happy that makes me, because trading with villagers is the worst. Villagers suck so much. The only thing I think that I would need to get from the villagers is like backup gear. If for some reason I lose all of my stuff, I'll need some enchanted books. Other than that, I never have to touch those villagers again. But ladies and gentlemen, there is one last machine that we need to make yet, and that is our diamond making machine. And it is gonna go in that last little bay all the way at the end, which I am walking backwards away from, because I'm probably the most intelligent persons on the planet. And look at all the space that we have over here for this machine. This is just an incredible amount of space. And I'm not gonna take all of it up. up. There's no way that I'm going to take up all of this space just to make diamonds. I need to burn the trees. I need to compact them into coal. I need to compact that into coal blocks, and then compact the coal blocks with some lava into diamonds. That should only take up about half of this space, if that, to be perfectly honest. So I'm asking you, I need one more machine, one more thing to farm, one more thing to make with the products that I have in this factory. And the products that I have in this factory are right here, except for diamonds, I gotta make those. But what should I make? I think one of the things that I was thinking about was potentially rose quartz, and then have a machine that automatically sands it. I could put that over here too, potentially, if we come up with two machines. But yeah, that was the only thing that I was thinking, was maybe rose quartz and then a flattening machine for the iron, and then we could, you know, just have a tiny little thing here that is the electron tubes, because I hate making those. They're literally the worst thing to make and create. Let me know down in the comments what you think that we should put in here if I have extra space, maybe even over here as well. And I think on this wall right here, we're gonna put just a little bit of processing stuff as well. I think just essentially like smashers, so we can smash some of this into their smashy smash varieties, because running all the way over to the workshop just to smash stuff is kind of a pain in the butt. I also have a little bit of space up here, but I was thinking I might make this into like some sort of office or something like that. I'm not entirely sure yet. That might be a next episode thing. And speaking of next episode, don't forget to put your questions down in the comments so that way I can answer them in the next episode. Next episode is going to be a nice Q&A session where I'm going to be answering all of your different questions while I spruce up this island, tidy up a little bit, and finish a couple of projects. But enough yapping. That's not getting us anywhere. Let's go ahead and make some diamonds over here. You know, let's see how quickly we can slam through this. All right, so we're gonna have 1, 2, 3 bits of shaft, or belt, excuse me, and then that is going to go into a basin. I guess we can elongate that to here. Actually, no, let's keep it clean. So we're gonna put a casing there, we're gonna put a basin on top, and that is going to have a piece of brass funnel going into it, and this is gonna be coming out. And this we want to be spruce log, and we want to set it to, I think, 4 at a time, because essentially what that'll do is once it gets burnt, it'll go in here, and immediately once those 4 are done, it will compact it into coal. We're gonna go across here into another basin, which is going to compact that coal into blocks of coal. And you know what? To save on power and all that sort of stuff, why don't we just do a roll across here? We'll just roll across, and we'll go into another basin over there. Brass funnel, and this should be making our blocks of coal, right? So we got this is making charcoal. This is going to make it into coal itself, and then it's going to roll across here, make it into charcoal, which I guess we'll have. Oh, see, I was gonna have it roll across again, but I'm not gonna have enough room, I don't think. Oh, I certainly will. So if we have this roll across again, we'll have a basin here again, but this time we're gonna need lava into it. So I'm gonna have to go and find where I think that's lava. So we can just drag that all the way over here. You know, I was trying to do specifically not that. And hopefully that should make it all the way over here. It looks like it does. Perfect. And it shouldn't take any of the lava out of here. Great. And then the only other thing I think that we need are a couple of presses, which I'm going to have to spin this one. And then, honestly, it just connects right back into here. I'm pretty sure, so a diamond should just come flowing out of there and go directly back into this drawer controller. I think that's the entire diamond farm. Obviously, we're gonna need our lava to cook with, and hopefully... Whoa, okay. I did not know you could do that. That's pretty cool. Oh god, everything's, oh gosh, it's all going wrong. It's all going very wrong. There we go, okay. I think I've got everything wired up except for this here, and I have this strange feeling that this might go in the wrong direction, but let's try it. Hey, no, it's going in the right direction, perfect. So this should smelt down into charcoal, and once it does, this should break it down into coal, and then once this gets 9 pieces of coal, it'll make coal blocks. All right, so we just need that one more time. That comes over here, this comes over there, and there's nowhere for diamonds to go. So we'll grab this diamond. Look at this, our first manufactured diamond. This is absolutely fantastic. I thought this, oh, that's why. I never actually said it, and I already locked the drawer. So we have our first manufactured diamond. This is gonna take a very long time to make a single diamond every time. I think that's either number 2 or number 3. That's number 2. Look at that. We are automating diamonds Look how tiny this is. We've got all this room for activities, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my gosh, this is incredible. And there's only a couple more things that I need to do now. I just have to make some of this look nice without falling into these crushing wheels. Go ahead and get our andesite casing in, and I might actually just cover this whole area in andesite casing. You know, I kind of like it when some of the mechanics are showing, so we're going to keep that little shaft there. That's totally fine. But the last thing that we need to do is actually set a off switch for this guy. We're going to set that to diamond, set that to receive. Make another one of these fancy threshold switches, set it to 90%, redstone link, diamond, perfect. And I'm actually not going to upgrade this drawer, and the reason is we're getting diamonds so little. They're coming in so slowly that I'm not really worried about it. We can get a couple thousand diamonds and then we'll be a-okay. And I just want to test to make sure this works. If we hit this switch, everything over there shuts off. Perfect. And I'm down here underneath the factory, and breaking this right here shuts the entire factory off, which I want to just put a redstone link in there, and we are going to put this to bricks and small tough bricks. We're going to set it to receive mode. And now when I head over this way, when I flick this switch, the entire factory loses power. Everything. Oh, that's a visual glitch. Okay. I was like, wait a second, what? The entire factory has been now completely shut off. Absolutely nothing in this place has power anymore. The only thing that I think does are these things up here, because they kind of run through this thing instead of like anything that I can control. So everything in this factory now is shut off, and you can see, oh my gosh, I have so many frames now. But I'm gonna go ahead and turn that back on. I'm gonna replace the wall there so it doesn't look nearly as bad. And that's our entire factory done. The whole thing's finished. This is everything that I wanted to do. Reminder, please let me know if there's anything that we should put in this space over here. If we should change, you know, our idea for all of our contraptions on this back wall here, if we should just place them behind us over there, so that way we can do all of our processing over here if we feel like it. I kind of like having it behind here so that way we can get our stuff, use our things, etc, etc. But yeah, if there's anything that you think I should put over here, whether it's the rose quartz or any of that sort of stuff, please let me know. I would be very, very interested in what you think should go over there. And ooh-wee, has this been a long one, folks. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry that this episode has just dragged on. But anyways, thank you everybody for watching as always, and a huge thank you to my patrons. We've got Wraith, Dusk, and Raider. Thank you so much for your support. I appreciate it. Hey, if you want to come hang out, there's a Discord. Link should be in the description. And as always, everybody, thanks again for watching. Make sure you hit that like, you hit that subscribe, and we will see you in the next episode. Thanks again. Oh, and don't forget your questions in the comments for the next episode. Okay, I love y'all. Bye.